Cobra TV Subcast After Party. Our first guest is What? Erin Snow. That's right. That's right. I'm actually one of your subscribers. Yeah, Grizz who? What? What's going on? I think that actually doing a live stream on YouTube on the PlayStation Network is actually a little bit easier for me because, and I know Cobra's got his microphone out here or whatever. I've got a headset, so it's way easier for me to do like a live stream with guests on PlayStation Network than it would to be doing it on my PC, but it works. Hey Colt C, how you going? How you doing? Great show with Cobra. That's what Colt says. Hey Colt, if you got a PS4, come on the show. If you don't, thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Currently, right now, we've got Erin Snow with us, and I have just got a new Starship, and I'm kind of trying to upgrade it. I thought that Erin brought up a couple of good points in the podcast with Cobra. Something about the story mode, or the story in general, was something that Erin was talking about, and that he would like to see more in-depth storytelling, something to push the player forward in search of more story, more compelling story. Right. I completely agree with that. I think the story is definitely needs some work. And I think that they're doing that. We're just not hearing about it, and that's what I think that's what it is. It's the Achilles heel of this game, and it's the strong suit of this game is the hype. Them managing the hype is actually keeping the game alive right now, because we never know what's coming next. If I already knew it was coming next, I could maybe opt out of it. Like, I'm not really interested in this update, so I'm going to opt out of it. But as it is right now, I've got to kind of wait around to see what's going on, The Alcoholic 27 says that he wants you to pitch he wants you to plug your YouTube channel. Yeah, he is in the chat. Yeah. Snowman Sky. There you go. So let me see here. I'm going to turn down. No. Your voice is fine. My voice is fine. I think the game is a little bit too loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. There we go. Oh, Aaron's voice isn't broadcasting over YouTube on PSN. Okay, so I'm talking to nobody, so that's awesome. That's good. So here's what you need to do, Aaron. Go into your broadcast settings and switch over from private to public, your audio, and then leave the chat and then come back in, and that should fix it. What the? Yeah, I hear you. Okay, press your share button. And now I'm helping you, and I totally landed. That was embarrassing. I didn't even use my landing pad. Go to broadcast settings. And then there should be some audio settings. And then you can change your audio to public or private whenever you're inside of a party. Hey, I appreciate that, alcoholic. Thank you. Because I know that I've got... There you go. Leave the party and then come back in, and it should be working. Because I've had this problem before with Flurb. Yeah, he all he did was hit the keyboard, and that's what popped out. You know what? I could actually go to that other planet. And I'm... Oh, yeah, you like my base? Let me see here. Where is it? There it is. Let's go back over to the base and take a look at it. You like that base, Colt? What I need to do, really, is just go over to that other planet where I'm trying to find all the species and try to find dimensional matrices. That's what I really need. In order to upgrade my fighter, I really need some dimensional matrices. Alright, so Grizz left the party, and Erin Snow left the party. What I'm doing with this is I'm slowly kind of getting rid of this part because there he goes. He came back in. So there's Erin again. Can everybody hear Erin? Alcoholic, can you hear Erin? So I'm getting rid of this portion of the base because I've hit my complexity limit already, which is kind of disappointing because I was nowhere near finished building what I had imagined. No, Alcoholic says he cannot hear you yet. So let me see here. Let me see about my broadcast settings here. And this may only microphone audio is being broadcast. Okay. So you might see a blank screen here in just a second, but while I get all this sorted out, I'll go to sharing and broadcast settings. And oh, okay.
Always allowed. So it's like a totally different setting than what we were
Yeah, it's today. Oh, sorry about that. So now you're probably gonna have to hop back out and hop back in again.
Right. Well, you know, I never do this. This is something I never do.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Well, oh, there he goes. He says he can hear you now. So.
Oh, good. Okay, finally. Yeah.
Lima Charlie, loud and clear. The
Great.
Alcoholic 27 says loud and clear. So yeah, I've hit my complexity level in this base, and I don't know if you're watching this, Snow, but one of the things I wanted to do with my channel was, hey man, does the hub look like a diamond or what? Yes, the bottom part of the hub does look like a diamond, and I can show that to you. Let me get back in my ship. One of the things I want to do with my channel, and I'm kind of all over the place right here with my thoughts because I'm reading the comments, and I'm trying to play the game and talk to Snow all at the same time. But what I'm trying to do with my channel is get more guests on my channel because it's a lot easier to keep talking if you've got somebody to help you. And that's why I had a co-host, right? So Flurb was there to keep me talking. And whenever I was at a loss for words, he would always come up with something funny to say. Okay, so Snow, a few ticks up on the mic volume would be perfect. That's what Alcoholic says. Okay.
Okay.
So this is not technically the hub because I'm right outside the boundary of the hub, right? Where is the hub? I have to find it. I've got my waypoint set to the hub. Where is it? I think I've got my waypoint set to the hub. Where's my waypoint? No, I don't have a waypoint set. I think it disappeared. I'd have to find it again, but I'm right on the border of the hub. I think it's down here somewhere. I think I'm one up and like one over from the hub. There it is. That's it. That's the hub. You see how kind of it looks like a diamond right there? And so I'm kind of like right next to the hub, but not in the hub, so that I can kind of do what I'm going to do without bothering anybody. Also, if multiplayer just hops in one day, I'm not immediately being onslaughted by a bunch of griefers. You know what I mean? They're going to have to come find me instead of me being readily available. So there you go. And my location is still a secret. Okay. Okay, that's the planet where I was discovering all the species on, and what we're looking for are dynamic resonators so that I can upgrade my fighter. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy an explorer ship. So that means we're gonna have to do some like farming of some monies, right? Because I'm kind of money broke right now. I've only got 3 million credits.
Okay, I just turned up my audio.
Okay, Alcoholic, how's he sound? You sound immediately better to me.
Yeah, it's coming back through my earphones, and it's really disturbing. It's like too loud way for me, you know. Oh,
Colt says that I watched live when you found it. My wife wanted to see. Thanks. Okay, cool. Did you physically turn up your headphones, or did you go into your audio settings and turn it up?
Audio devices.
Okay, good.
And I turned up the...
Okay, good. I might even need to adjust my microphone down a little bit. Let me put this a little bit further away from my face and see if that works. How's that, Alcoholic? Wait a minute, this isn't the planet I was on. Hold on. You both sound good. Okay, good. Awesome.
Do I still sound... Yeah. Do I still sound okay? Because I did something weird with my settings.
Yeah, Alcoholic says we both sound good. Now, okay. I have never had... I will just say this. I've never had 12 people watching me play No Man's Sky before, so this is it's a little bit weird.
Well, that was a pretty genius idea to do an after party thing. That was pretty good.
Well, I
gotta add it to you, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I will say that because what normally happens after that. Oh, Jungle Zoo. That's where I was going. What normally happens after one of his shows is that everybody that's on the show will stay in the Skype and text one another and have a little after party in the Skype. So why not bring that after party over to our YouTube channel where people can watch the after party, you know?
That's clever. That's really good.
I mean, you might as well use it, right?
Of course, you've only had one person talking to you, so it's like...
Oh, that's true.
That's the only downside. So... Unless they were like continually on Skype, then they could talk to you.
Uh-oh, I got pirates attacking. But yeah, I kind of like that though. You know, one person is easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And while I'm on this live stream, if somebody gives me a friend request, I'm gonna have to pause it and take the friend request and then invite them in and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. All right, a hostile ship's defeated. What am I? Oh, I'm not gonna get anything from them. Oh well, cheap. Punk. If you're going to attack me, at least be carrying some valuable cargo. Oh no, that's Xcent is a extreme sentinel planet. We don't want to go there. We want to go to Jungle Zoo. I was, and this serves like a kind of a triple purpose, right? So, since Flurb is really busy nowadays, right? like tomorrow, he really is. He's got a busy schedule. So, like tomorrow, he's going to be busy all day, and he's busy during the week because he's got work and stuff like that. And my work schedule conflicts with his work schedule quite a bit. So, even though I love the guy, he's my cousin, you know. He can't be there all the time to co-host my channel, and I really need a co-host if I'm going to live stream, right? So if I have intermittent guests on, they kind of serve as a co-host, you know. So Erin Snow is co-hosting Iceman Third ID's YouTube channel, in effect.
Is it?
Well, so how does that make you feel, co-host? Yeah. That's it.
You know, right before, let's see, what's his name? Cobra. You know, he had some hard times, I guess, hitting. I don't know what it is, but he did have some issues going on.
Right.
A little bit that he talked about, I guess, on his Facebook page. You know, he was sort of questioning what he could do with his channel. And at one point, he actually did message me and ask me if I would co-host. Right before all this trouble, or just began to happen with him, he was asking for somebody to help him a little bit for some reason. I don't know, because you know how he has guests come on now and then.
Sure.
To help co-host.
Sure.
It's for the same purpose, to help him talk, and then it starts to build up, sort of snowballs, asking guests and stuff. But at the time, I couldn't really do anything because of life. There were some things that I had to do about the time,
right.
Which is unfortunate, on like a Thursday afternoon or something like that. I couldn't do it. But that all that stuff is over with right now, and it seems like he went through his hard time, and things starting to pick up for him. I'm really glad they are. I mean, I want things to go well for the man because I really like his personality.
No, I don't think people give him enough credit. The guy's he's not rich. He's not a huge YouTuber. He's not, and for all intents and purposes, Hello Games is using Cobra TV as their PR. I mean, he is doing the job of their public relations officer.
And DM21 Gaming, they actually Hello Games actually mentions them now and then. They keep an eye out on Hello Games. On a DM21 Gaming, and now and then I'll see them share a post that he has created, and so between him and Cobra, that they are the ones that's truly carrying this game. I think they are.
Right.
I don't know every channel out there, but DM21 Gaming really puts in a lot of work. Going to the hub, getting every resource. I appreciate what he does, and Cobra really adds that extra bit of storytelling. I don't know how I would describe Cobra. I mean, he is just what he is, but he adds something very special to the gaming community that I really can't express. So I really appreciate what he does. And then you have, people like you and those who, it's sort of like we all come together and we all sort of allow the game to live. We show our appreciation. We play the game. We enjoy playing it. And, we keep things alive, and that it's really saying something. And now I don't see, I don't do it all the time. I don't play the game continuously, mainly because the type of updates they have been given, coming out with, has caused me to. It's like crafting updates. Well, a couple of afternoons, and I've actually done everything. And for a moment, I felt great doing those quests. But then it's over.
And then you kind of feel like somebody died.
Yeah, and I really want the long-term, not just a quest like I need more resources and it's on the other side of the universe. No, I want to be able to follow like the Atlas path. I want stuff like that. And it causes me to I'd rather sort of wait for it. And I'm not giving up on the game. I mean, truly, to wait on something is to believe that something good is going to come.
Right.
And I do wait for this opportunity to come. I have the game open right now. I'm, fixing to try to figure out how to get to the Galactic Hub. I know you're there already, but you might want to give me some advice. I'm trying to look up the correct app.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
It is what's the app? By the way, everybody in the comments is just dittoing everything you just said. And we got one guy in the comments that is playing No Man's Sky himself and listening us talk about No Man's Sky, and he says it's a great compliment to one another. But I think what you need is the Pilgrim Path Star app. I think you need to Google that.
On your phone?
Yeah,
I just Google it straight off the computer. I've got the screen open.
Yeah, either one will work. I did it in Safari.
What's
on.
It called again?
What did I just say? Pilgrim's Path Star, or no, Pilgrim Star Path app, or just you can even Google Pilgrim
Path.
Pilgrim Star Path. Yeah, just Google that, and it'll pop up.
Okay.
The website will pop up.
Okay. PAHEFU at GitHub.
Or yeah, you can also
Reddit post. Amino apps.
Pilgrim's Path will be in the it'll be in the header, like in the actual web address.
Because just like all these pilgrims soak.
What? What is that? That sounds like something the Amish make.
If anybody in chat knows the exact place to go, the right place to go, they can just put the. Do you allow that in your chat? Is it like open for like a link?
I don't think so. I don't think I've got it turned off on purpose. If it is, if it is, I'm sorry.
Somebody could attempt it and get themselves kicked out.
Yeah. Take one for the team.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
But that's what I did. I Googled that app, and then I wonder if I could get on my own video and post a link in the comments. That'd be weird. That'd be like an Inception moment.
Okay, I see a possible. Okay. Now it's asking for coordinates here. Okay, let's find my coordinates.
That's it.
I think I know.
Your coordinates are found by making.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, he just posted the link in the comments, so apparently I've got him turned on.
Okay. Okay.
To find...
Because yeah.
Okay, to find your coordinates, you're going to want to build a signal booster in the game, and whatever the name of the signal booster is, those are your coordinates.
Okay, signal booster.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can build the signal booster anywhere. Like you could be totally out in the wild, out and about, and build a signal. It's one of your tech options.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking for something real quick. Okay, I've made them before. I have to get my bearings here.
Right.
Because it's been a little bit since I've done this.
Oh no, that's cool. That's fine. I am just wandering the surface of this jungle zoo planet here.
Okay.
Trying to look for dynamic resonators.
Okay.
Because apparently nobody in this stinking solar system sells dynamic resonators. Or not dynamic resonators, dimensional matrices.
Okay. All you have to do is pick a fight.
Do they drop dimensional matrices? Dimensional matrices?
I'm pretty sure that the last guy, because you have to they used to. And you know how the game has changed.
Yeah.
Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But it was always the last walker. You know the walker that you fight, the very last one?
Are you serious?
Either that or the one before that.
Now
because there's like 3
Now you're just
squads.
messing with me.
Me?
Yeah. Now you're just trying.
I used to get them all the time. That's how I got them. I mean, that's how they used to be. I mean, they have changed. I don't know if that has changed. Because, you start fighting with the little droid. What are they called again? The Sentinels?
The Sentinels.
You start fighting with them, then about 3 of them come along, and then you have this dog-like creature that comes after you. and I think you might get the Matrix
no.
out of him,
Okay,
or the one after
so
that.
SMG shows movies and games. He says that the dogs are the ones who drop the
Okay, it's
matrices.
the dogs. Yeah, yeah. So you don't have to go all the way to the big dude.
Okay.
Just pick a fight and survive for a little bit, and then you should be able to. You're not in survival mode, are you?
No, I'm in normal mode.
Okay, that's good. Then there should be no problem for you.
Should be. No problem. Smart aleck.
Yeah, well, normal.
It's messed up, dude. Get me to pick a fight. I'm currently in battle right now. Sentinel Force deactivated. Well, that's not what I needed.
Okay, I'm typing in my chords right now.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to show you on the map where you're at and how many jumps it is.
0077.
I'm telling you, this is a long-term venture that you're about to embark on.
That's fine.
It took a lot longer than what I thought it was going to take.
Well, I'm at the center right now. I've just been hovering around the center.
Oh my goodness, are you for real?
I've been at the center for a long time.
Wow. Of the Euclid galaxy, right?
Yeah. I just stayed there. I've just been parked for, months.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I just ran out of things to do. I did everything a person can do.
Right.
And then I just stopped. I'm like, I need an adventure. I need a story.
Right.
Literally, because I've done everything else.
There's another YouTuber, and I wanted to bring this up on the program, but I think we just had too many callers, and I couldn't get a word in edgewise. Well, mainly because I talk way too much because I'm another YouTuber, and so like when I get to talking, I don't want to shut up, and so I don't like starting talking because I'm not going to shut up, Diggs Briathorn says if he's got a Theta drive, it shouldn't be too bad of a trip. Yeah, you're right, Diggs. But anyway, what I wanted to bring up was there was another YouTuber, and I wish I had his name. I'm subscribed to him. I just subscribed to him, and he has got a motif of YouTube videos where he is role playing the captain of a ship, right? So he is actually role-playing as a character in No Man's Sky. Like, he has developed his own character. Like, he hasn't waited for the game to send him character development his way. He's developed his own character. So now his adventure is his adventure. It's like when he gives his YouTube videos in the format of like a captain's log, right? And then he edits the video to go along with the captain's log, so everything in the captain's log has something video to complement whatever he's got in there. And all of his videos are like anywhere from 5 to 9 minutes, and it's some of the best No Man's Sky content out there.
Could you put a link to that in the chat?
Maybe, but it's gonna be,
check it out later.
It's gonna be real. Yeah, I mean, I could. It's going to be really boring just sitting here watching me do nothing, though, while I'm doing that.
How long is it going to take you, man?
Well, I don't have, like, a moderator sitting right
30
here.
30 minutes? Oh, 30 minutes worth of research. Okay, I can understand.
No, I mean,
I have no idea who he is, but he's out there. And that's one time I've seen it.
All right, I'll tell you what the
search.
I'll tell you what the search here. Hold on. Fine. You get me to fight sentinels and research stuff on YouTube. What's wrong with you, man? Okay. Let's see my subscriptions. Who is this guy?
Dude,
yeah. Dude, I'm subscribed to everybody on YouTube, man. It's all I do.
Oh.
Let me see. Well, I wonder if I could just look at my history and see that way. No.
Oh man, exactly. 3 months worth of history. It was only last week.
Somebody just sent me a friend request, and now I've got to take care of that while I'm doing all this. Hold on. And my controller's about to die. Oh. Okay, so now I just accepted Paul's friend request, so now he can get on. All right. And I've got to switch controllers because this one's about to die. Oops. So now I'm switching controllers.
Yeah.
All right. So now the controllers are switched. And I'm looking through my history to find this guy. This is ridiculous. I'm multitasking to the extreme.
I'm only 416 jumps away.
Only 416? Great.
Yeah. That's yeah.
How far can you go on your hyperdrive?
1600.
1600?
1600 light years. I still 416.
All right, who's watching cat videos on my YouTube account? It's not me. I'm just looking through my history here, and somebody's been watching cat videos.
Oh dear.
I think it's one of my kids, probably. By the way, somebody had brought up Neil deGrasse Tyson, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I cannot stand that dude. I will not play anything with his name on it. Okay, here we go.
A little cocky.
Here you go. Type in if you're gonna search for this guy. Use black hole roulette to get closer to the hub. Well, the problem with that is that he's already at the center, and it's supposed to get you close. It'll get you on the other side of the center, but True Thug's True Thug called me a racist. Not a racist. I just don't like the guy. Anyway, this guy right here, his name is Player Ready, and he does some of the best No Man's Sky content out there. It's called Player Ready with a space in between with a question mark at the end. If that's what you want to search.
Player, say it again, with a space.
Yeah, Player with a space, Ready with a question mark at the end of it. No, it's not because he's black. It's because he's a gatekeeper for the scientific community, and he's trying to start a scientific cult. That's why I don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. He's popular.
Yeah, he's very popular.
And, you know, a really good scientist is really bad with people.
Right.
That's generally how that works. The smarter you are, the more antisocial you get. And it's just because your brain can't really do a whole lot of things, too many things at the same time. And if you're like a computer, you know, then you're like totally shut off. That's what I look for in the. It's like the game developers in No Man's Sky. Most of them, I'm surprised they can even talk at all.
Right,
I mean,
right.
They look so out of it because they're geniuses.
Right, they're so smart,
working on something
dude.
that nobody else can do.
Right.
And it's just the way it is. It's just the way the mind works. It can only do so many things at one time.
Right.
And
which I must be. I must be so stupid.
Well, you know, I mean, there's room for expansion. I mean, you can be relatively intelligent on a lot of things, but
if the inverse is also true, then that means I'm retarded.
At what? You know?
Well, because I'm good at talking, right? So if that, and I'm good at social interaction. So if that's the case, I shouldn't even be able to do math.
Well,
but you're right. In most cases, that's true.
Most people can mitigate both. If they really work on it, they can do a lot of things at once. But when you begin to specialize like a real genius does, like a pure scientist does, who has spent, 20, 30 years or 40 years on one single thing, I mean, it's a surprise that you're able to do more than that, because that's what happens. You begin to specialize. Your brain becomes really good at one thing.
Right, yeah.
And then everything else sort of dies away.
Right. And
it's a sad consequence, but then you have geniuses that comes out of that.
Oh,
and, amazing things happen, stuff like, when that occurs. So it's a give and take. And Neil, he's very good at he's like the face of. He makes science popular. He opens it up to a lot of kids and a lot of people who would not have that access to begin with. And so I like him on that level. He's a very pleasant person. But there's, you've got to be humble, man.
Right.
You've got to. He's interesting. But
well, it's just
that
like,
idea about him making that game. The idea of making, just seems a bit.
I don't mind him. I don't mind him making a video game, and I never really minded him. I knew what he was. He's kind of he's an establishment thinker, right? So.
Yeah.
He goes along with the consensus of what everybody else thinks, and he's not going to take too many leaps of faith, right? Which is safe. It's safe, and that's kind of a smart way to be sometimes.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people do that.
I saw him on the Joe Rogan podcast, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he made a point that argued the observer effect in quantum physics, and he used
Tyson Burke Principle.
Right, he used a 40-year-old argument that's already been debunked, and nobody would know that if they didn't follow quantum physics. And so he's talking to a mass of people that don't know anything about quantum physics using a 40-year-old argument that's already debunked. But the thing is, he's smart enough to know that. So what does that tell you? He knows that he's doing that.
You'd be surprised about. I have seen people make certain mistakes all my life that you would think that it would be impossible for them to make a mistake like that. But you'd be surprised how sometimes you let things slip. You get too overconfident, and you think you know something, and you really don't. But you're pretty sure of yourself that you do. And I've seen a lot of experts make those mistakes before. So it's possible that he has no clue. I mean, I have seen it. I've seen people slip some. Some knots,
I guess he doesn't. I guess he doesn't know about the experiments after. The 100-year-old experiments that he's talking about.
Yeah. Sometimes
he used the double slit experiment for the argument's sake, right? And the double slit experiment is over 100 years old, right? There's been new experiments that have disproven the argument that he made, and he should know that. If he's going to be making arguments for or against something, he should know what he's arguing. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's a very important thing that I remember reading some material that sort of taught that as a truth, that you should be aware that if you're not fully sure of yourself, you really shouldn't talk. You can speculate all you want. You can guess, and you can say that I don't know everything about the subject, but here's my ideas.
Right.
You want to qualify your statements, but a lot of people will just, establish it as rule and law, and
right.
It's not. And people do that all the time. Don't talk about things you really don't know about and say it's true. You need to qualify that you are. That it's possible that you don't know what you're saying. Right? There's a possibility.
Colt C says that he approaches life scientifically, but I either theorize about God, haven't ruled out God, never go full atheist. He says never go full atheist.
It's wise. It's wise to leave the possibilities of things. Of course, in myself, I've seen a lot of things that perhaps my experiences has made my life different from yours. And so I'm not going to discount your ideas. Maybe certain things haven't been made real to you yet. That's why you're not really supposed to call anybody stupid. Somebody can do something stupid, but you always leave that idea that perhaps you're just ignorant about something at the moment. So we don't want to be mean to what's his name?
Neil.
What's his first name? Neil. We don't want to be mean to him, but he does. We all need to be aware that there's things that we don't know, and we shouldn't speak as though we do know them fully, unless we actually do know them. You got to watch yourself.
Well,
you
and
can
that's
make an idiot out of yourself in a hurry.
Well, that's the thing about if I talk about quantum physics, I have no degree in quantum physics. Okay, everybody on this channel should know that by just the fact that I'm a YouTuber. Okay, I don't have a degree in quantum physics.
Well,
I
that's
don't
not necessarily true.
I mean, not necessarily true, but probably true, right? Like I've never stated the fact that I'm a expert in any sort of type of physics, right? But
and that's good.
But
there's nothing.
But see, people can assume that that what I'm saying is probably an opinion. Okay. What happens with Neil deGrasse Tyson is that he has the authority bias that he's leaning on.
Right.
And he uses that to underpin his statements, if that makes sense. So he's letting that give himself credibility just because I am a scientist, believe everything I say about science. And that's not necessarily true, because it's not true. You know, not everybody is, you know, he's not, even Galileo or Magellan weren't experts at everything, you know.
Right. Exactly.
Not every scientist is an expert in every field. So you've got these spokesmen about science that are out there talking about every aspect of science that they don't know every aspect on. You know,
this reminds me. I got into a topic discussion about climate change, and this is a good example of that, where you have you might have 100 scientists to say, you know, yes, we're having global warming and it's man-made. Okay, you'll have that statement said, and then you go say, okay, what kind of scientist are you? And they say, well, I'm a geologist and I work with this. And another one says, well, I work with dinosaur bones or something. And yeah, okay, they're smart, they're brilliant, but they're like focused on these little things. And to me, I want to see somebody who's put it all together. And climate is such a big topic. I mean, there's like 1,000 different things that can be different, that can change, that you can observe. And you begin to think that, okay, maybe they obviously know what they're talking about because they're smart, but what are they smart at?
Right.
You know, they're smart. They usually have a very specific thing, and that doesn't make them an expert in something else just because they're an expert at one thing.
Right.
You know, and you begin to think, well, they must be right because they're experts in this one thing. That's not necessarily true.
Right.
A person can be wrong about 100 things, but yet they are learned in one field. They are very specialized in one field, and you want to ask them a question about paleontology, or you want to ask them a question about geology or something like that, or about a certain rock. Perhaps they can talk about that rock all day long because that's their field of expertise.
Right.
But then they'll make a statement all of a sudden out of nowhere about some field that they know nothing about, and then you assume that they know something about it. Just like what you're saying, you get this feeling, well, okay, they're an expert, they should know. But perhaps you might even know more than they do about certain things. Everybody knows about themselves more than somebody else. I mean, I'm an expert about Erin. You know, you're an expert about, what's your first name?
Chris. Or
Chris,
Ice. You can just call me Ice.
Chris.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Ice
kidding.
Man. Yeah,
Don't call me that.
You know, but, you know, it's... But see, you know, I'm not an expert about you, and you're not an expert about me that I'm aware of.
Right.
You know, it's like... But you see, we all have an expertise of something.
Well,
but you have to be careful about that.
Diggs says that Neil doesn't have a authority. If you disagree, do the research. Science isn't about authority. And he also says, well, it's a community of scientists who see that the research in all of their fields corroborate each other. And Colt C says he agrees with Diggs. I agree to a certain extent with
to a certain extent
with Diggs. However, what I meant by authority or authority bias is the concept of a psychological study that was done in the 1950s to see how much people actually listened to authority and trusted authority. So what they did was they did a psychological study to see if people would keep on pressing a button to shock somebody, right? And
I remember that.
And they found that they would shock someone to death if they found that the person who was telling them had enough authority. So you slap a lab coat and a clipboard on the guy, and he's going to... and that's telling somebody to push the switch, they're going, and so that's where the
blindly following authority. And I have seen a room full of experts be wrong simply because of one thing, because they weren't there when something happened.
Right.
Sometimes you as a witness can see something that 100 people can't see, even though they all have doctorates on the wall, because you yourself witnessed something that they didn't get. They didn't get the data that they needed, but because they have authority, right? they all agreed on something, that still doesn't make it necessarily true.
Right.
There's things slip through the cracks.
Right.
Therefore, you have to be careful about what you say you know, because perhaps you don't know as much as you think.
Anybody, I mean, I don't know what you do for a living, but it sounds like you work in the justice system somewhere. I happen to be a correctional officer, and I work around things that deal with the law all the time. And you see this all the time where you think that somebody's guilty, and the jury thinks that somebody's guilty. The lawyers both think the guy's guilty. He gets put in prison. All of a sudden, there's some evidence that comes out that he's innocent. You know, you got all these experts that think that, and some people aren't even experts, but mostly experts that think this guy, that think they know enough to make a decision, and they're still wrong. You know.
Yeah.
And so I agree with that too. Dig says, but it's possible for Neil, who is an astrophysicist, to not be up to date on the latest quantum physics findings. That's true. That's true. That is very true. And
yeah, you have to give him, but it's still I don't suppose you or me or both of us are actually dissing him.
Right.
We're just saying that it's just an unwise thing.
Well,
you have to be careful about your position of power
and
not to unduly lead somebody into a false knowledge or false information that could affect their life in some way. I mean, of course, with Neil, it doesn't matter because he's talking about nuclear, you know, he's talking about astrophysicists and physics and stuff like that. That's not really going to impact my life so much unless I was dealing in the field and so, you know, for some reason. But there are a lot of people that, you know, it's kind of like even a pastor of a church or something like that. You know, I encourage people, if you're going to, like, go down that path, then read up on it, study on it yourself. Don't just trust some expert when you have the material in front of you. You look at it yourself. Listen to what they have to say. Listen to Neil. Listen to what he has to say. Weigh it in the balance, but don't canonize him. Don't follow him blindly. Don't follow some man blindly, because you could just walk right off the cliff because they made one mistake. You know, sometimes it's important to really pay attention. Sometimes it isn't important, like with Neil. It's not so important.
And you should definitely, and Diggs, I agree with you. You should definitely question authority, and that's what we're talking about here.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Look at that huge thing.
He's stubborn.
Anyway, let's get off Neil deGrasse Tyson, man. I don't want to make this the Neil deGrasse Tyson show.
That creature, I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
I don't know how far your stream is delayed.
It looks to be about 5 to 10 seconds. Here's another one over here. And they're really loud. Just be quiet for a second and listen to them.
Oh, dear.
And look, the Sentinel's going to go right between his legs. That's crazy.
That's a majestic thing. It's
kind
of like a leopard.
I wonder if I can feed him. Can I feed him? No.
He's so big.
And we were talking about the creatures being too small.
Did you name that one?
No, not yet. I haven't named any of these animals yet. I was going to get the entire planet discovered before I named anything.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, did you figure out how to use the coordinates?
I put it all in there. It gave me where I need to go. I just don't know how to implement them yet.
Okay, so there should be a little graphic on the website to show you where to put the center in your as opposed to your ship, how it's pointed, how it's directed. And that's how you're going to get to where you go, right? So the center is kind of like the North Star. And so you're going to put the North Star opposed to your spacecraft, and that'll set you in the direction that you need to go. And Dig says that there's a drop down. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my.
How long have you been there? Yeah. Sorry. We were waxing
Yeah, that's my thing, though.
Philanthropic.
No, I haven't seen it. I've seen a lot of movies, but I haven't seen that.
Okay. You know what? I think I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
let me see. What's your name? Joel? Hey, Joel. Joel, can you turn your audio on to share publicly? Can you tell him how to do that, Snow? Because I don't know how to do it, and I'm playing a game.
Okay.
Because they can't hear him. Same thing. Sorry about the audio difficulties, guys. Colt C and Diggs.
Okay, I knew that there was like 2 different places. I think there's 2 places. Okay, press the share button first. And it's on that menu that appears. It's like the second to the bottom. It says sharing and broadcast settings. And then go to audio sharing settings. Yeah, and I think you're going to have to select some of those boxes. Yeah, and then there's one more thing, though, and I can't remember where the other thing is.
Well, that doesn't help.
that it's like one thing, and then there's one more deal that's somewhere that I just got to remember.
Okay, cool. Thanks, I appreciate it. Dude, how many people do we have in here? Oh, okay. Is this Joel again? Okay, good. But hey, yeah, I appreciate it, man. I kind of stayed off the scene for a little while because I had, just like Cobra had stuff going on, I had stuff going on. It was kind of, I don't know, man. I went through, and I guess I can kind of open up to you guys a little bit, seeing as I'm on my own channel now, and I can kind of talk about my own stuff. But I was kind of battling depression, and I've been in the military, and I'm in law enforcement now. And I was battling depression really bad, and for about 3 months, my life got pretty rocky, and I had to start taking stuff for PTSD and stuff like that. So I'm starting to get a hold on it. I'm starting to get a little better at it, at dealing with it. So now I'm back to making YouTube videos. So yeah, Army, 3rd Infantry Division. Hence the 3rd ID. Have I already been here? Surely I have not been here. I have been here. I went into a giant circle. Awesome.
I think that there is. I've just got to find it. It was like it was a shot in the dark. I just don't remember what I did.
Hey, Alcoholic Rock of the Marne. Yeah, the 3rd Infantry Division is the Rock of the Marne. I was in 3rd Brigade at Fort Benning, Georgia.
Okay, I found it. Maybe. Okay. Go to go to party. Up on your top menu from your home screen. Okay, and go to party settings. Now, it's like the second one from the bottom, where it says, allow your voice to be shared.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
There you go. That should work. That's what works.
Are you
on me.
kidding me? 2 of those little lasher plants at the same time in the same place? You got to be freaking kidding me. Can everybody hear Joel? Say something, Joel.
Yeah, hey, what's up, guys?
There you go. Can everybody hear that? They should be able to hear it, because as soon as he hit that switch, it started broadcasting him, so everybody should be able to hear you pretty well.
Well, that's a shame. We had a good intellectual conversation about Neil and what the bleep do we know and the 3rd Infantry.
All right, Alcoholic says Alcoholic says that he can hear you, Joel, so you're good.
Okay, right on.
But hey, thanks for coming to the channel, and yeah, 2 last year plants nearby is kind of common, says Diggs. I've never seen that before. That's ridiculous. That shouldn't even happen. Look at this. Iridium is so rare on this planet. I wish I could just mine that right now, because to see iridium on this planet, and especially 2 lumps like that right together, ugh.
Are you close to the hub right now?
I am right next to the hub. I'm kind of lurking in the shadows of the hub. I've been to the hub.
Same here, sir.
Yeah, I don't really want to be in the hub.
Same here.
Just in case.
I'm 550 light years away, and I claim, well, not claim, but I'm starting to post up where I have a good view of the hub.
Right.
Just staying outside.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. I wonder which way you are. When I look at the center of the galaxy from where I am right now, the hub lies just slightly to the left.
My location is a secret, sir.
I have a good view of it, and I'm right there.
My location is G14 classified.
All right, no problem.
He could tell you
at one point.
Yeah, I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Just unfortunate there. Yeah.
I tell you what is one of the worst things in this game is finding zinc.
Yeah, but you can shoot down the sentinels now. And
they give you zinc? I just figured that out as soon as Snow told me to start shooting them. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was shooting stinking sentinels. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
We got to talking about Neil.
I figured that out on my journey to the hub.
I know where you're going with that, Snow. I know where you were going with that.
What?
Huh?
I missed something.
No, you didn't.
I'm kind of out of the loop now.
No, you're not. I know. Remember when you asked me if I had named any of these animals yet?
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
I wasn't looking at the screen at the moment.
Oh, you weren't? We're fitting a name. We're fitting to name one of these animals right now. Actually, I think we're going to do this. It's 6.95 meters, and we are going to rename and upload. How do you spell deGrasse?
Oh dear.
deGrasse.
That's what you call Google. Yeah, I see it. It's Neil Tyson. If you want the middle name too, do you want the middle name?
deGrasse. Okay. D-E.
You want the deGrasse?
Yeah. Of course.
D-E-G.
I don't want
A-S-S.
I don't want anybody to. I don't want anybody to mistake it. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
For anybody else. No other Neil Tyson. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson. There.
I do respect him.
Now there is a giant herbivore that is 7 meters tall named Neil deGrasse Tyson on planet. What is it? What's this planet? Oh, Jungle Zoo. So if you go to Jungle Zoo near the hub, you will find a 7 meter tall herbivore named Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He's smarter than every other animal on the
planet. He's a genius.
Yeah, he's the genius of the planet.
Ask him anything.
Yeah.
Ask him anything, he knows.
He's an expert.
Yep.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
Philosophy, religion,
It doesn't matter.
The meaning of life, all the big topics.
42.
Yeah. Einstein goes to him, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's 7-something meters tall.
Dig says, no, people are really going to think you're a racist now. That's messed up, dude.
Well, you know, well, sure, yeah.
Oh, man. That's funny. But, so, you did you figure out how to use the drop down? Yeah, I did put Neil in the jungle. I did do that.
I need to like fill up my ship and everything with fuel. That's what I need to do.
Did you figure out how to use the drop down so that you could see where to put the center in the galactic map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know what it's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the little deal. All I have to do is just like give myself some fuel.
I don't.
And have plenty of it.
You're on the the POFU app, right?
I'm on pahefu.github.io / pilgrim path /
Yeah, I think. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's right. But if you look to the right, it should say like the degrees that you should turn to the left and the right.
168.42 right from the center.
How many jumps?
And just go till morning. 416 jumps.
Oh,
that's
no.
at max.
Oh, thanks for stealing my little. So you are watching my live streams, huh? Okay. Snowman.
What?
Second start to the right, go straight on till morning.
Roulette a little bit more.
Just go till morning. Yeah. Oh man.
Say, you're gonna play black hole roulette a little bit more though.
You know, okay, DM21 proved that if you just keep going and using your max, you don't need to mess with the black hole. I mean, ultimately, the damage done to your ship is, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, but now that you can,
according to him,
you can save it and keep trying. Correct?
Now, yes, you can, and if you wanted to cheat, which I didn't cheat, but if you wanted to get another ship, put it in your freighter, and just have a warp ship that you could just have like a throwaway ship, then it wouldn't matter if it broke or not.
Well, I'm thinking I kind of lucked out on it because I tried black hole roulette, I don't know, maybe 6-7 times, and I got like within 146 jumps, and I went from there. So I guess hearing where you guys are at, that's, wasn't a bad draw for me.
All right. I don't even know how to pronounce that name, but it said Annoyed Usually. That's what it is. Annoyed Usually says, I haven't played this game since week 1 after it came out. Have they made it not mind-numbing?
No, it's still mind-numbing, but it's okay. It's... I just have to say that.
Yeah, no, it's still
totally
mind-numbing. Yeah, it's still mind-numbing.
Yeah, well, it can be. If you spend too much time on it, it can be. It's better with friends.
Yeah,
like
it is.
What you're doing right now.
It is definitely better with friends. Like, it's so hard to live stream this whenever you're by yourself because
you go and...
Yeah, you've got to talk the entire time, and it's like I will literally after 2.5 hours I'll have a sore throat. You know what I mean? Because I gotta talk the entire time. And having somebody to conversate with while I'm playing this is so much better. So much better. And I think it brings up the entertainment quality, Like when I'm by myself, I'll have people hop in and then hop right back out of the stream. Whereas when you're in here, we haven't dropped under 10 people watching, and I don't think I've ever had 10 people watch one of my live streams, and we haven't dropped under 10, so that's pretty good, I think.
Oh.
No, I appreciate you having me on.
Oh yeah, no problem, Joel.
Some of my good friends are not as into No Man's Sky as I am.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To, keep talking with them about it.
I'm definitely the geek of the group of my friends. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because they're like, so what's No Man's Sky about? I'm like, and then here I go preaching No Man's Sky. It's like it's a universe of procedurally generated planets, 18 quintillion. And you just see their eyes just kind of glass over.
Right.
I
do have a lot of friends that like it though, but they kind of like straight away. Before mainly even the first update,
Yeah.
And then they're starting to come back now, now that there's a Galactic hub and maybe a community community where they can get involved with.
Here's something I was going to bring up in the Cobra's podcast too, was the fact that this whole Galactic Hub business that's got everybody excited again is the one thing that Sean Murray said, I hope people don't do, which I think is hilarious, right? Because Sean Murray was like, here's what I hope people don't do is I hope they don't all congregate in the same place in the universe. I hope they just explore.
Well, that's what kind of person he is. He's an explorer type game. I mean, come on. He's a scientist. He is somebody who is doing this for the sake of exploration. I mean, he is a nerd deluxe. His mindset
nerd deluxe.
Is the kind. Yeah. He's the kind of man that would spend all his time, exploring the universe.
Right.
Of course, in his case, he would get bored quickly because he's a genius, and that's what happens with people like that usually. So he's happy with just making the game. That's good for him, but that it's a certain mindset. It's a personality type, and I appreciate that because I'm kind of like that myself. And we don't have as many games that really focus on purity exploration besides like World of Warcraft. Yet most of that is based on like what you call achievement getters a little bit. I mean, it's not as bad as like Call of Duty. Call of Duty is like a pure achievement get and killer.
Right. Yeah.
That's two different profiles right there.
Which is
that play
exactly why I say on my channel description I actually have absolutely no COD. I will not play COD on this YouTube channel. I will not do it.
If that's your cup of tea, fine. Right? Because we're all different, right? And that is just the personality type. That's fine, but it's not mine. And I appreciate games like this but to me it's more difficult to make a game for my type of personality who wants endless story, who wants endless exploration. I mean, come on. You would think, how can anybody make a game like that unless they're working on it 24/7?
Right.
But then you have this procedurally generated universe come out of nowhere, and it leaves me flabbergasted. I mean, you think, seriously, did somebody actually do something like this? And it got me all excited about it. And of course, it wasn't fully finished, fully formed like he intended it to be. But I'm very forgiving when it comes to this because there's not very many games that even comes close to truly satisfying that exploration urge that's within me. Minecraft does it a little bit, yet Minecraft is really more creative anyway.
Right.
I mean, I really enjoyed it.
I've got friends of mine that will play Minecraft with me, and all they want to do is grab some stuff and go exploring, right? But they won't play No Man's Sky with me. It's insane.
Right. It is a strange thing. It's its own thing. Minecraft is a very special game in its own right, but No Man's Sky is special in its own right too. It needs more things for me, more goals for me, for myself. I need to have a reason to be there. It's kind of like living in real life.
Right.
You want to have something to do in real life. You don't want to just sit at the house and stare at a wall every day. You want to have something that engages you, to motivate you to do something. It doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be interesting.
Right.
I mean, for my personality type.
Right.
This is just me talking, right? Not a lot of people follow that, and to me, this is the perfect game for.
Well, I would
me.
say that traveling across and I had this conversation with a good friend of mine who likes to play Destiny, which is another Activision game that will never get played on this channel. But he likes to play Destiny, which I play with him because he wants me to play it, and that's fine. I'll play it. It's kind of sci-fi, whatever. But I had this conversation, where he tried to say that Minecraft or No Man's Sky were easy games, right? And he tried to say that I didn't value accomplishing something hard. And I said, there's nothing easy about building a giant castle and finishing it in Minecraft.
No.
There's nothing easy about that. I mean, it takes planning, it takes time, it takes resources, it takes a lot of stuff to do that. And just like in No Man's Sky, if you want to get across the galaxy, it's not easy.
Get to the hub. It wasn't easy.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
What they're wanting is they are wanting. See, that's an achievement getter mindset.
Right.
There's certain games that revolve around the achievement get. It just makes you feel special that you got something done. They give you a little trophy, maybe a 20 kill streak or something like that, and you get like a little sound or something pops up saying you're awesome, dude,
Right.
know? And it gives you an affirmation, and it's immediate type of thing.
Right.
And
Exactly.
they live for that. There's a certain type of people that live for that feeling.
Exactly.
Which is great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care about the little trophy.
Exactly.
That does not satisfy my need because my personality is different.
Well,
my desires are different.
I like to use the creative side of my brain, you know?
Right.
And in this sandbox of a universe that we've been handed, you can be as creative in problem solving the problem, you know? If you want to, like, for instance, nobody told me that I should fill my freighter up with warp cells and use it as a gas station as I'm warping across the galaxy. I was just something I came up with. And then I saw other people doing it. I was like, oh, okay, well, they found out how to do it too. And they had the same idea as me, which is fine. I'm cool with that. But this game shows you that there's 99 ways to skin a cat. You don't have to do that. You can do what Cobra's doing, which is, okay, I'm out of warp cells. I'm going to stop and make some more warp cells.
Yeah, and you feel good about that little thing that you come up with in your own brain, your own mind. It's like an achievement of itself that you thought of it, and that you felt clever for doing it. And it gave you it made you feel good, and then you moved on to something else.
Right.
You know.
David Crowder says. David Crowder says, "I love my permadeath trophy. It was like getting platinum again."
Nice. Well, you know.
That's a trophy he should be proud of
that
getting.
is, because I'm never getting that trophy.
Yeah, I haven't even tried permadeath yet.
I have, and I stayed alive for an hour, and that's the only hour I'm going to give permadeath.
Yeah. One and done.
Yep.
You know, it's like, okay, I'm moving through this stuff like inch by inch, and in a panic and tense the entire time. And I'm like, okay, do I really want to put myself through this? I begin to question my intentions here. Said, okay, I just want to go back to normal mode.
Yeah.
And explore and stuff like that.
Right.
But that's, whatever. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're not going to build any galactic empires in permadeath mode.
No. Or even get. I mean, I'm amazed. Some people are amazing.
Yeah.
I think, I'm
on the same game.
Yeah.
Same game since the day of release. The same normal mode.
On my
all the way
normal
through.
mode, I am. I'm on the same
survival,
one.
I haven't tried anything.
I've tried survival about 5 different times, and at one point I was letting my co-host play in share play for me. We would take like 5-minute turns.
Okay.
And he killed me so many times.
I think I actually watched one of those.
Yeah, because it was like
didn't go well.
No, it did not. He killed me so many times it was ridiculous. Anyway.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it.
So, because it was like everyone wants multiplayer, and I figured, well, there's kind of multiplayer, not really. It's like co-op to like pass the controller to the other guy multiplayer. You know, it's like old school multiplayer,
right.
but. You know, so I figured
it's kind of creative how they're doing that. I mean, come on, like leaving messages. It's partly multiplayer that you can actually leave a message for somebody else to read. So it's in the system, and you can find it, and you're leaving a mark. I mean, surely they're going to expand this later, but it's like they're doing everything they can within the power that they have to add something that resembles multiplayer.
You know, it's
creative. They're like, huh? How did you do that? A message?
It's immensely amazing to me to run up on somebody else's message in a bottle. Yeah. And I mean, that's what it's really like. It's like finding a message in the bottle on the beach.
Yeah. Have you had in the hub? Did you see a couple there?
Yeah, I did actually see a couple in the hub. I think I've ran across about 10 or 20.
Yeah, I've run across a few. Like when I got there, I went to, I went on the No Man's Sky wiki,
right?
and Galactic Hub wiki,
right?
And places with the best fauna, right? So I went to the 2 places. You're Kristen Royce, whatever.
Right.
On
okay. Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook I'm Joel Pittman, and I went to those 2 planets to actually like look at the largest creatures that were ever logged in or allegedly logged in.
Right.
In those areas, but I ran into like tons of the little communication centers, and one was like stand on top of this plateau to get a great shot. So I waited till
that's cool.
daybreak
That's pretty neat.
on that planet. Yeah. And that's when like they all came out, and those were like the 8.2 something meter diplos.
That's really neat.
Really cool to run into. My hardest trouble though, once I got to the hub, I had a harder time navigating through it
Yes.
than I did actually getting there.
Yes.
So finding those like particular planets, I think.
Oh, it was
like Planetarium de Cesaris, if I'm not mistaken.
I had to watch a YouTube video to find the capital.
I actually never even made it to the capital. Somehow I made it to Planetarium de Cesaris and the other one with the diplos just by looking at the light years to the center of the galaxy. So I kept picking stars like that almost matched that particular distance, and that's how I navigated within the hub.
I don't know.
It was a lot easier to get there.
I think that this community is going to start doing a lot more of this because the game needs this, right? The game needs social interaction so badly that we're all finding ways of getting it, which is like we're just hanging out playing No Man's Sky right now. It almost takes me back to like gaming like when I was a kid. Like I had a buddy of mine down the street who had a Batman game on the regular Nintendo, right? And I used to go over to his house and watch him play it. And just like if he was like in the mood that day, he might let me play it, But I'd be over there for like 3 or 4 hours on a weekend or something watching him play. Because it was number one, it was a game I didn't have. Number two, though, even if I did have it, he would be over at my house or I'd be over at his house anyway, watching each other play it. Because games need that social interaction. If look at
we need it.
Right? Yeah, we need it as human beings. I mean, look at people before video games. What games did people play? There's no solitary games. I mean, there's solitaire. That's just about it. Yeah. Oh, Parcheesi. What? I mean,
I'm joking.
I don't know. I don't even know how to play Parcheesi. But you've got chess. You've got chess. It's a 2-player game. You got Monopoly. It's a 6-player game. You got Battleship. That's a 2-player game. You know what I mean? These are all games that aren't video games, but they're still games. That's what makes games is playing them with people. Oh, I need a bypass chip. And I don't have the iron because I'm awesome like that.
Which is why I think this is really cool right now, talking with you guys. We're all talking the same thing that we really love.
Exactly.
This game, No Man's Sky.
Right. I mean, I don't know either of you from Adam. You know what I mean? Like,
I've got no idea. I know you were in the 3rd Infantry Division.
Right.
I hopped on this and we were talking quantum physics and everything to start off.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know either of these two dudes in real life. I have no idea what they look like. The only thing I know about them is that, I mean, I have no idea if they're wearing clothes right now. You know what I mean? The only thing I know...
Well,
I'm wearing clothes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm wearing clothes.
The only thing...
Yeah, let's just take care of that right now. We're wearing clothes.
The only thing I know about these two gentlemen...
If you consider a mask and leather clothes, then I'm wearing clothes.
All right, okay.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah. I got a sock on.
The alcoholic says, my wife says me and Joel sound alike. But the only thing I know about you two is the fact that of course there's no dimensional matrices here either. Is that you both love the same game I do, and
yes.
And you both
common interest bringing people together.
Right, and it's thank goodness for a platform like YouTube. And, you know, YouTube gets a lot of flack.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, for instance, right, I can't monetize my channel right now because of a glitch on YouTube, right? So it's one of those things where YouTube's got its good points, YouTube's got its bad points, but it's in the name of the website, right? YouTube. You can put whatever you want on here. And since I can put whatever I want on here, what I want to put on here is No Man's Sky. And nobody can tell me that I can't put No Man's Sky on here. And nobody says that you can't hang out with me while I do it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. That's so sweet. All right. I'm going to fly to a different part of this stinking planet because I'm tired of looking around. Okay. I need to...
The other cool thing, like... I mean, talking about this game, we all have the common love for No Man's Sky, but also this game sort of precipitates a larger conversation, like I walked in on the quantum physics conversation.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of stuff that I talk like that all the time,
that,
you know.
Expands the conversation.
I just look for the opportunity. That's what I do.
Yeah, really.
Hey, the alcoholic 27. You know what's funny about that is, you know, you say that Joel and you sound alike. Well, Snowman and a buddy of mine named Winnebago sound exactly the same. So that's weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Joel.
No, I don't know. So I sound like 4 different people right now?
Yeah, no, you sound like the alcoholic, and Snowman sounds like Winnebago. Of course, I don't think Snowman's from North Carolina.
No, Oklahoma.
Or South Carolina. Yeah, you're from Oklahoma, that's right.
Southern Oklahoma.
Southern Oklahoma.
By Texas, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I used to live in Houston.
Where do you guys think I'm from?
The Netherlands.
No.
Oh, I wish. I've been to Amsterdam. It was a lot of fun.
Negative.
But I'm not from there, no. Don't speak Dutch. That's a weird language.
Yes, Sweden.
You're from Wyoming.
Ooh. No, never even been there.
Huh. Well, I grew up there, so.
I got to really listen to your voice.
Midwest, somewhere. Ohio.
No.
Illinois?
No, that would still be considered Midwest, sort of.
Sort of. Like, yeah, the Western.
I think I recognize your accent, but I can't tell you where it's from. You know, I know other people with that same accent, and it's a very specific place. And I have no idea where those other people are from either. So,
Baltimore.
You know, so I can hear a finite variance in your voice that's very specific, just very regional.
I think everybody knows I live in Alabama.
No.
Roll Tide.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, I'll give you a hint then. I grew up in 2 different places, but my accent's definitely astutely from one. However, the other place where I grew up, I don't very take kindly to the Crimson Tide.
Oh, really?
Although we're on the other side of the SEC though, so
Oh.
not a main rival.
Oh, so you live in Texas A&M?
No, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I live in Tennessee right now. But yeah.
Oh, that was going to be my next guess was Tennessee. Dang.
That's where I live right now, but I've only lived here a couple of years.
Okay. All right.
I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland.
Gotcha.
But I went to school in South
I know a dude from Baltimore. I know a man from.
It's Baltimore.
Baltimore?
Yeah.
I actually.
But no, I had this weird hybrid accent where I'll say y'all.
Yeah, right.
But I don't really have a southern accent.
Oh,
you know.
Well, that's just normal language. I don't know why people don't say it all the time. Serious, you know.
I mean, yeah,
I'm from Southern Oklahoma.
Combining it to one, it makes life simpler.
Well, actually, it's needed in the English language. You all is a needed thing. That's why people say it. There's a purpose for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that when they went to codify the English language, and people actually said they somebody declared themselves as an expert and it says, we're going to lay down the laws of the English language. And they did that at one point in time. And somebody said, no, I don't like the way that sounded.
Mm-hmm.
And, the English language, it has been morphing for the past, few hundred years. It has changed gradually and slowly. And it's just the nature of languages. Anyway, that's kind of a strange topic to go on. But, y'all's perfect.
I think
brings us to these topics.
Yeah.
Y'all's perfectly valid.
I think I like Winnebago as my co-host. I mean, not Winnebago. Sorry, Snowman. I like Snowman. I like Snowman as my co-host.
Your color?
No, my co-host.
Mm-hmm.
My co-host.
Yeah, no. In sports broadcasts, they have the color guy and the play-by-play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the co-host is so important to a cast. And Joel, you're doing a great job too, by the way. But it's so important to have a conversation on No Man's Sky, because literally, what have I been doing since we've started broadcasting? I have been walking across the wasteland named Jungle Zoo, looking for the lost animals that I still don't have, and dimensional matrices, and it's been like one of the most boring podcasts ever, but people are still watching because we're having an interesting conversation.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't even looked at what you're doing.
Well, I'm what's your name again? The other fellow?
Joel?
I'm sorry, Joel.
I'm Neil.
Neil.
deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah.
You were talking about me earlier.
Yeah, and here I am to defend
I
myself.
didn't recognize. Yeah.
I do know everything.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Joking, I'm Joel. Nice to meet you.
Okay, well, Joel, nice to meet you
sir.
too. I'm glad you're on here too, because honestly, this guy here, he's talking my ear off. I need a break now and then, and so you have to like take in shifts. You got the other part. I've got, you get tired, then I'll come in, I'll chime in, then I'm quiet for a little bit.
Okay. It was so funny, like when I first got on with you guys, I mean, I think it was a good solid 15 minutes before I even said anything.
Yeah, do they even know I'm in here? Like, I didn't even know you were in here until you said something.
About quantum physics?
I didn't even know you were in here.
Nowhere.
I didn't even see you pop in.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I was just when you said something, it surprised the snot out of me. I was like, oh, we got a third dude in here. Where'd he come from?
Well, I'll tell you what. I was looking for a proper entrance there, and you guys are so deep into that conversation. I'm like, I've got nothing good to say right now.
Colt says he's here for the No Man's Sky. He doesn't care about what we're talking about.
He's 150% correct.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So apparently he's got his volume turned all the way down.
Yeah, that's what I would do. If I didn't like the conversation, I'd be like,
Can't say I blame him.
Don't tell me I've discovered this thing 3 times now.
Iceman, I think I'm going to make it my last goal was to get to the hub and see a few things. Now I'm going to try to find out where you're lurking around.
Oh, that's good. Yep, good luck. It's an infinite universe.
I'm just looking for plutonium right now.
I mean, all you got to do really is just, no, I think I picked my home while I was off. While I was not broadcasting, so you might have a harder time than you think.
Oh, I probably will.
Of course,
really
it's actually named. The system is actually named. I think it's named. What is it named? Iceman Third ID. So you shouldn't have too hard of a time.
Yeah, it's still going to say discovered by Iceman.
Yeah, but I mean, when you name the system after yourself, it shouldn't be too hard to find me.
No, you just look at the discovered by.
Still, that's a lot of searching. I mean, there's no quick way of doing it.
No,
you just
there's
have
not.
To, like, stumble on it.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, it took me. It took me 2 hours to find the capital of the Galactic Hub, in the Galactic map. It took me 2 hours because I didn't figure out that little nub on the bottom of the Galactic hub wasn't the entire Galactic hub. I was like, oh, there's more to it. And finally I had to watch a YouTube video to find it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of like, a lot of people describe the Galactic hub as like a Christmas tree sort of shaped.
Sort
I
of.
think it's got like a wider bottom to it, you know?
It's got a wide top and a skinny bottom. I don't know. It's weird.
It's a skinny bottom, and that's when like the other the other region.
It's like one of those chicks you see at Walmart. Wide top and a skinny bottom.
I think that's the best analogy of the night.
Yeah. What does the Galactic hub look like? One of those girls you see at Walmart. Oh, okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like a pear.
Yeah. Like an upside down pear.
Like a small walrus.
Well, I'm glad we're giving out intelligent information to
Yeah. So everybody in the live stream is now more informed.
Now they know how to get to the Galactic hub.
Yep.
You know, take 240 jumps and keep going and look for the upside down pear. Looks like a chick at Walmart.
Yep. That's it. In a halter top.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty deep.
Well.
Pretty deep.
So in my opinion, I think that people say that there's only one biome per planet, and for the most part, I think that they're technically correct, or maybe even spiritually correct. As far as that goes. But if you look at it technically, there's actually 4 biomes per planet. Although one of the biomes never changes. You've got the sky. You've got water, if there is water. You've got the ground, or the earth, or the planetary substance itself, and then you've got the what was I going to say? What's the other part?
The only thing we're missing is fire.
No. Oh well, weather. You've got the weather.
Fire,
some
water,
of the animals. Yeah. Some of the animals don't come out unless there's inclement weather.
Yeah.
Like I was on I was on an icy
extreme weather.
Yeah, I was on an icy planet, and I had this thing that looked like Sasquatch that came out only during snowstorms. So there's that too. So there's actually, subterranean, the caves, and so you've got all those different biomes on every single planet. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss, is that each planet has 4 different biomes. You're just constantly in all of them at the same time. They all intermix with one another. I think there are a few biomes, but those who say one mean weather. Oh yeah, I suppose that's what Diggs says.
It doesn't bother me though. I mean,
not really.
Just a virtually infinite amount of planets.
Right, and they're all different.
Therefore,
right.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the idea that perhaps they can expand to like more unique types of planets. So I'm not really concerned about how many biomes are on one planet. It's neat to have that, but I'm not going to like hold them to that. It's like what I said in the last cast there with Cobra. It's that the amount of math and the amount of technical knowledge it takes to just do something so simple in this game. You have to have a bunch of geniuses working on it continually.
Right.
And some of that stuff, I wouldn't be surprised they're driven to suicide, and Sean Murray has to like say no.
yeah.
Hang on there.
Yeah.
Don't give up on life.
Well,
you still have friends.
the way
don't listen to the supporter. Don't listen to the Twitter or nothing.
Right. And the way that they had described having to change one little thing in this game, what is that? Man. The way that they had described that is that they would change like a leaf color, and then all of a sudden the next time they went back to the same planet, it might be full of fern trees. Like the whole planet is just covered in fern trees. And it's
Really?
yeah, it totally had an
Math.
unexpected.
It's math.
It totally had an unexpected effect, or maybe it was a maybe the plant had a little bit of water, but now it's covered in water. You know, stuff like that would happen, like very unexpected things, and so they had to get to the root of what was causing that stuff.
Probably the only thing they could change quickly is like the menu or something like
Right.
that, or perhaps you know, a PNG or some little picture here, you know, something on the screen.
And I think as far as
they
that
could
stuff,
do that quickly, you know. But,
right? That's kind of like low hanging fruit, you know. Whereas if you're going to change the way the game procedurally generates something, like when you add in new elements, you know, like the Fervidium, every animal, even the NPCs use the NPCs are procedurally generated too, right? So they all look different. Well, they all use the same assets. So they all do asset sharing, but it's just a matter of moving the sliders around on what they share, right? So you might see a Gek with a piece of Fervidium, a little teeny piece of Fervidium sticking out his forehead, just because they all share the same assets. You know, it might be a different color, but it's definitely, you're going to be able to recognize it. It's, oh, whoa, this dude's got a piece of Fervidium sticking out of his forehead. Yeah, it's just so weird, this game.
You got a little spinach in your teeth.
What the? Hey, Snowman and Joel, check this hole out right here. Can you guys see this hole? What is that? Should I check it? Should I like fall down there? Oh, you guys aren't even watching anymore. Are you just talking?
No.
I just moved off of it to send you actually a picture.
Oh, okay.
What we need now is a big worm. You need the ceiling to come in on it with teeth.
Dude.
Just jump in there. Go ahead.
All right.
It just swallows you whole. Again, we need worms.
Aw.
We need some of that thing on the asteroid in Star Wars.
Dude, I totally
shit.
I totally thought I was gonna get stuck down here, but there's oh well, that was anticlimactic. I thought there was gonna be something down there, like living down there, like one of those giant worms we saw in the trailer.
Yeah. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. This is there's a lot of that in No Man's Sky where your imagination starts to
Yeah, exactly.
go.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why we need that story thing. We need more Atlas things like that. That sort of drives the imagination. So let our imaginations take it the rest of the way.
Right. One of the things that I found on my journey to the hub was that it was a completely different experience, because instead of me looking for something to do all the time, like you were describing, I was finding things to do I didn't have time to do, which was a new experience for me in No Man's Sky, right? Because you didn't have time to stop and smell the planets. You know, you had to keep moving, or else you're never going to get there, right? So you're seeing all kinds of cool stuff you want to go and check out and see, and you just can't check it out. So when you do finally get to the hub, you're like, finally, I can stop and check stuff out. And it totally changes the game for me. Ooh, also, anybody who's listening, if you want to change the game for yourself and you're on PS4 or PC, I'm not sure exactly how this works on PC, but if you're on PS4, definitely I know this works. There's a new option in your options screen, and I'll show you. Go to options and then go down here to frame rate lock on and off. Turn that off, and it will feel like a completely different game to you. I'm not even kidding about that. Like, soon as I did it, it felt like a completely different game. I was in a
options.
Yes, go to options and then turn frame rate off, or frame rate lock off. And I remember when I did it, I was on a space station. And
it's off now.
I was on a space station. It felt completely different. It was like, what?
Really?
Yeah. It felt like I was playing it on a PC or something. Crazy.
Really? Well, I've got it. I did what you said.
Does it not feel different?
And if I just started. I'm like, I can't do anything at the second. A PS4 hasn't caught fire yet. I can say that.
That's a plus.
That's a plus. Definitely a plus.
I mean,
All I can do is speak from experience. There's nothing quite like being binge playing games in your tidy whities early on a Sunday morning. That's what Colt C says. And I agree.
I guess I can't argue that.
No, I can't really argue that either. I would tend to agree with that statement.
am I like scientifically locked into arguing against it just for no particular reason? You know, just for the counter argument purpose?
I think I'd like to see your side of the story.
See my side. You know, there is a the thing that I have to deal with too. I mean, I'm 37 years old. I've played games for as long as I've been able to play games. You know,
Right.
and I played all kinds of games and stuff. And anymore, even though technology keeps increasing and games are still, they have a beauty about them now that they used to didn't have to a degree. You know, there's some things that are just timeless, like Mario.
Right.
It's a timeless game.
Right.
But, you know, there's a part of me that gets... I know that there's an increasing standard that most gamers are having. You know, it's like, okay, this isn't as pretty as it could be. And then you start remembering things. It's like, well, this game I used to play used to be awesome. And then you go play it and you look at it, it's like, well, it's terrible now because you're used to such high quality now.
Right.
But, you know, I'm starting to get to where I just want higher standard stuff. Not because I'm getting spoiled. It's just because I'm so versed in a lot of games. I mean, it can be a beautiful game, and I'll be like tired within 15 minutes of it.
Right.
Because it didn't engage me on a level.
Standard? You know, like what is it that really makes you like go for it?
I think emotionally anymore, it's an emotional thing. It's the story. It's not just the beauty of it. It's the story. It's something that compels my heart to want to care and try.
Right.
And it's a mixture of the environment and the story. And have you tried like the Nathan Drake stuff? You know, what's it called again? PlayStation's. You know, they recently come out with.
No, I haven't. But like when you're talking like that, I think of like the Witcher series, where I think the story, like the whole game was almost like a novel, which it was based after. You know. But I felt like drawn into that story.
The whole Morrowind series for me, all the way to the last one, Skyrim. I mean, I played every square inch of that game.
Alcohol 27 says Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted series. Yeah, thank you so much. Uncharted was nothing but a movie and a video game that you participated in. It was nothing but a story, and it was so. I had never played that ever because I never had a PlayStation up to that point. I had an Xbox and stuff like that. And then finally, you know, this last Xbox PlayStation debacle, you know, that happened with the One versus the PS4, where Microsoft sort of dropped the ball at the beginning of the launch. I said, well, okay, this is my time to look at the PS4. So I got the PS4, and then I eventually got the Uncharted series, and that's the first time I played it. So I got to play the whole 1, 2, 3, and 4 all at once. That was like an epic experience. You know, all the remastered versions. It was epic.
Yeah.
The emotion, the drawing, it just pulled me into it, and that's the kind of standard that I feel like I'd want to do. It's kind of like reading a really, really good novel. A really good book will stimulate the imagination where you just don't want to put it down anymore.
Right.
And there's a certain, I guess, a need as I'm getting older to feel those things. It's like if you're just feeling the game. It's not just a task. You're not proving to yourself how good a skill that you have.
Right.
It's like living an expanded version of yourself.
The last game that did that for me was Gone Home.
Oh yeah.
It's
Gone Home.
Gone Home. That was the last. I teared up at the end of that game.
Spell that.
Which is actually embarrassing to tell you all on like in front of the world.
Gong.
Yeah, Gone Home, not Gong. Gone Home. Gone Home. It was free on PlayStation for a little while.
Oh, Gone Home.
Yeah, Gone Home.
Was it that one with I'm sorry. I'm a little goofy
No,
sometimes.
he's laughing because I actually teared up at the end of that.
No.
Yes.
Is that the Indian Native American one?
No,
Which one was it? Gone Home. Gone. Okay, I'm searching for this because
Colt C called us
some of
redneck
these games-
philosophers.
Yeah, well, that's what I am, definitely.
He heard we were living in Alabama and Tennessee.
Yeah, well,
Oklahoma.
and Oklahoma.
Yeah, the redneck trio.
Yeah.
I mean, this.
Or as Fleur would say, the trifecta. Trifecta of redneckness.
A story exploration video game. Gone Home.
And it will. It
It won a lot of awards.
Yeah, and it will definitely give you the feels. Let me tell you.
Oh man. Well, okay, I got it locked in. It's in my site now.
Okay.
It's in my site.
Yeah, 1 month it was free on PlayStation, and I downloaded it and played it. I had no expectations of the game. I just got it because it was free, and it ended up being like one of my favorite games that entire year.
Wow. I mean, that happens. I have played some of the old school games, back in the day it'll surprise you. Sometimes it's kind of like a movie. Sometimes you'll go to the movie theater, and sometimes it'll be outstanding and you would, it'd be like totally underhyped, not even close to what it should have been advertised for. And then the really good one that was overhyped was a bunch of junk. And I've done that a few times where the movie wasn't all the way together. They had all the special effects. They had a lot of things together, but they couldn't tie it together properly.
Hence
they
why I
didn't have
don't play
the proper
Activision games
emotional
anymore.
A whole genre. I mean, not genre, but a whole.
Now, you want to play a walking simulator, though? Gone Home is a walking simulator. Like, people that call this game a walking simulator have never played Gone Home. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that. Have you ever heard of Firewatch?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you played
That was
it?
interesting.
I wanted to because I'm originally from Wyoming. So I wanted to play it, but then I heard that it was kind of crap, so I didn't.
Did you
It
really?
was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting experience.
So you've played it?
I think the people they were saying. Well, I watched one of my favorite YouTubers had played it, and I watched along with them, and it was actually pretty fascinating. The game was, when I watched. Sometimes I'll watch a game rather than play it. It just depends on the deal. Sometimes I'll refuse to watch somebody till I played it, but it was actually really, really good.
Well, I mean,
but for the story's sake, it was. It had that
exactly, and
pulled you
that
into
was
it.
the main part of the story. It really was like a suspense novel. I mean, there were twists and turns, and
some people
there were
don't have a
things to
long-
do
yeah.
gameplay-wise. But I mean,
Okay.
talk about like being in a novel. I thought that game was well worth the $12 to download on PlayStation.
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gone Home though. It really kind of. I couldn't quit playing it. I had to. I played it literally.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look that up.
Literally, I played that game until I beat it. My wife's giving me the finger on the lip sign, telling me to be quiet. So apparently, it's getting late, and I'm thinking here in about 12 minutes, I'm probably going to shut the stream down because it's been a couple hours. This has been a pretty good after party, though. We've had Snowman, Sky, and Joel, who I don't know what your. Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I sure don't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna let you plug your YouTube channel.
No, I appreciate the spot, but no, I
Yeah,
just wanted
well,
to join on with you.
you can't
guys.
come
I wanted
back.
to talk to Cobra for a little bit.
You can't come.
I can't.
No, you can't come back unless you have a YouTube channel.
Standards, man.
Yeah,
Standards.
no,
We have
I'm
standards
just kidding.
around here.
I'm just kidding. Just playing.
Oh well. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what my producer says, I got to shut it down.
Yeah.
My producer
12
being my
midnight
wife.
for me.
Yeah.
And
12
is it a
midnight
school
for me.
day tomorrow? It's not a school day tomorrow. It's Saturday, isn't it?
No, Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday tomorrow.
So my kids don't have to get up early, so they can deal with it. Be all right. They can do the homework they didn't do during the week while they're awake. But
Serves 'em right.
but yeah, I wonder if Cobra came to the after party and he just didn't do anything in the comments. Do you think?
I wouldn't doubt it because I got a comment that he on my a Skype that he he thanked me for coming on
Right.
on my Skype, and I wondered if he just listened to us because it was a little bit after, it wasn't immediately after, it was a little while, so he could have stopped by just to listen in.
He could have. I don't know. That'd be pretty interesting.
He did. I feel like he did.
I think he did too, probably.
It's just suspicious. Yeah, it's just the kind of person he is.
Yeah, I know
He
it.
would do it just to see.
I know
Or
it.
he's trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, he's sneaky.
He's sneaky. Cobra, you're sneaky. And if you're not listening, then that never hurt your feelings. So there.
Probably went to bed.
No, he probably did go to bed. He's got kids too. His producer shut him down a long time ago. See if we can't get into a fight out here with some pirates.
Yeah, here I am driving my little car around looking for plutonium, and I think I'm actually using more plutonium trying to keep my car charged than I actually am finding it. So this is a very unproductive journey I'm having. I need plutonium. Gotta make that antimatter.
To make the warp cell.
Oh yeah, that's
Make the
definitely
warp cell.
important. Is being in the right system to mass produce antimatter. That's hugely important. Like you need all the
have you
resources.
noticed- Yeah, if you noticed, like as I was traveling towards the Galactic hub, that I needed thamium a lot, which you can't just mine off of asteroids now.
Right.
After the updates.
Right.
So I've noticed that, like, the barren planets, like, when they look, like they're crappy planets to go to.
Yes.
You go there. they're
There's
barren,
tons of
they end up
thamium,
having
though.
a lot of thamium.
Right.
Yes. And that's pretty much how I made it to the hub. And
Right. Like that's one of the things I look for in a system if I'm going to stay there for a while is to have at least one barren planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's an unlimited source of thamium.
Yeah, you got that, and then if you need the zinc, then go ahead and destroy the sentinels, because you get a little bit of zinc off of each one.
Right.
And you just got to worry about plutonium and iridium. Iridium is not hard to find.
But man, this has been an awesome podcast. We've had the Alcoholic 27, Colt C, a couple of other people in here, in and out. We've had probably an average of about 10. As soon as I started live streaming, people started hopping in here, and it's been pretty strong, like the entire live stream. So, thanks for everybody making this a good live stream. Thanks for Snow coming and Joel coming to help me co-host, and Flurb, if you didn't show up, you're fired. Sorry, I replaced you.
You're no longer my cousin.
Yeah, you're no longer my cousin or my co-host. No, you're not fired, Flurb. You're welcome on my channel anytime. He's been with me since I was making farming simulator videos. Dude, we'd make these David Crowder, thank you for coming. We would make these farming simulator videos that we would play together for like 4 hours, and then I'd cut it to like 45 minutes of us talking, and there was a lot of editing involved and stuff like that. Is when I first started getting into YouTube, and he's been with me for a really long time. So, and he's got a great sense of humor. But
somebody has to.
Yeah, somebody's got to, because I sure don't. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Bear the load.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's cool. We found us a little ruin here. Oh, yeah. No, sorry. Shows, movies, and games, SMG, says, thanks for the entertainment, guys. So shout out to SMG. You know, I'm pretty sure Shows, Movies, and Games has got his own YouTube channel. Fairly positive.
Yeah.
Unless it's a big troll.
Let's see what this has got to say. I think we'll end it. Yeah, he might be a big troll. I don't think he is though. He's said nothing but nice stuff so far.
Oh, that would be the perfect thing. You know?
He'll be all right.
Yeah, give him 350.
Tree fitty.
Yeah.
Tree fitty. All right,
it's a South Park reference. I hope you guys.
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch TV anymore. What does this say? Echoes, dreams, entities, blah blah blah. See, this is my downfall in this game. I don't read this stuff, and I probably should, because there's so much of this game.
That's the point of the game.
I know, yeah. But I just don't care. You know what I mean?
And the secret of life is
right. And
if you turn left at the Galactic hub,
skip.
You know, so.
Exactly.
John Murray wants your.
Are you saying you completely missed the meaning of life?
Yeah, I just skipped right past it. Just give me my award for.
Tyson deGrasse was at a portal and you missed it.
Yeah, totally missed it. Like this thing probably just told me how to activate a portal, and I just totally skipped it.
The mystery of the entire game was spoken in in 2 sentences.
You missed your one chance to meet Neil Tyson deGrasse at a portal.
Yep. Don't care.
And you would have received the golden ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
42.
Yeah, the answer to everything.
The answer to everything. As a matter of fact, my wife found her old copy of that book earlier today.
Well, you know, I have the old game on my computer somewhere. You know, the actual game, the original. What is it? Text adventure game.
There was a text adventure
Guide
game.
To the Galaxy. That's where it comes from.
Stop it.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a text adventure game.
Nuh-uh.
Unless there's something there that I don't recall correctly, it should be. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm choosing my own words wisely here because sometimes I miss things. Just like unlike Neil, you know.
Right.
But yeah, it's a very old game. Like I said, it's a text adventure game. There's some of the early stuff, and I should have it somewhere here.
What the heck?
I remember reading about it. Where are you?
I just found a flying cow thing. All right. Well, on that note.
Okay. Well, instead of pigs flying, we have cows.
Something. They look hooved, like hooved, winged, finned, weird-looking creatures from Star Wars. All right. On that note, I think I'm gonna end it there, guys.
1987, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, text adventure game.
That's cool. But you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna go to photo mode, and I'm gonna take a picture of this dude in his face, and my ship right behind him, because that's cool. Just like that. Yep. And Colt C says it was a book first, and he says bring a towel.
Oh, really?
And he says don't panic.
Okay.
Which are all things from the book. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, like I said, I didn't know, but it was pretty early game. It's one of the first games, and pretty close to it.
That's pretty neat. My cousin used to play these text adventure games. He used to tell me all about, man, you gotta play them, and I never did. But anyway, guys, thank you for coming to the channel. I've been your host, Iceman Third ID, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut this broadcast now. Thank you for everybody coming. It was great. I had a really good time, and we'll see you in the next one.